Yes. I thought I had it on Afro Beats for a minute, but apparently I didn't. So I put it back when the normal thing that would play stopped playing music. It was like only one track. It would not load any others.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, fine. If this is what you want to do, we're gonna play some Afro beats. I come back and it sounds like Samba de Amigo. Like it sounds like something from off of a Dreamcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely does. It feels like Latin Miami Nights.
PlayStation could never dare do this. Nintendo don't do this.
Mm-hmm. Sega does, but Nintendo don't.
Right?
That was a banger. I ain't gonna lie.
And of course, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for October 5th, 2023. It's episode number 99. We are almost there.
Mm-hmm.
We celebrated 3 years of podcasting last month. Now we are here to celebrate 100 episodes next week, as evidenced by a lack of Anko, because she came in and asked, is it this week or next week? And then I said next week, and she was like, all right, peace, I'm out.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Because I'm going to go stream on my channel now.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm joined this week and every week by Kev. It's your boy Kev in the building.
In the building. I take my light layer off.
He couldn't commit.
He
couldn't commit.
No, I was like, you know what? I'm getting a little warm. I'm not cold anymore. Let's go.
And of course, we're joined by first in the month uniform, Sinziak in the building.
First October of the first Thursday in October, indeed. Bone Thugs and Harmony send regards.
It's the first of the month. Get up, get up, get up.
I forget that they make that song. I really do. When I hear Bone Thugs and Harmony, I'm always thinking of we're at the crossroads. Like that was a depressing music video.
It's that one and Thuggish Ruggish Bone.
It's so depressing. It's like I don't want to watch this. This makes me sad and scared.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, I was a kid when it came on, so that probably part of the issue was that we were kids seeing this person walk up and take the souls out of people's bodies, and we're just like odd things that would otherwise be okay for kids TM, and there's just what is happening here?
I'd be like, what is it? Angel of Death? What? No,
I was too young to even understand what the fuck is happening. This just seems scary. So how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing this week?
So far so good. I may step away from the screen to get a whole beverage, but other than that, it's been fine. At my job, it was end of month and end of quarter, so we had to do reports.
Yeah, I'm up and down with the city, but making plans and trying to get things together so I can truly enjoy the deluge of games that are coming out in October that I was not prepared for. So yeah.
Yeah, over here I'm trying to see if my thumb could go over into Kev's camera. It is not. That is not how this works. Teaching a 7-year-old how to actually use a phone.
Okay.
Not hey, technology or phone. This is how you make a phone call, but not everything's a speakerphone. When you answer it, put it to your ear.
Yeah, I forget our children are the same age.
It is like I told him to answer. He just looked at it, and just started screaming, "Isha, Isha!" Because my sister Isha. I said, "Dude, pick it up." Like this? No. Put it to you. But yeah. Outside of all that, got Things to work on. It's getting down to the wire. But things are ready to go. It's just a matter of sitting for a week. I was like, Might show some people.
Yeah.
The project. Say, hey, what do y'all think? Let's see here. I'm going to just a little run of show here. I need to find something to do with this thing. So I'm gonna set it over here. And I meant to bring my laptop up so I can actually look at Discord. But I didn't do that. So yeah, we're just gonna fly by the seat of our pants.
All right.
So we got some tech news. We've got some gaming news. More importantly, hey, would you like ad-free social networks? And the fuckery in the video games is still happening.
No.
Fuckery
Fuckery isn't happening. No. Finding out is happening, but we will get to that later.
So you saw today's edition. I saw that and said, yep, there's no way we are not talking about this one.
Oh yeah.
It will be our destiny to cover it.
I see what you did there.
You put that article, but you didn't put the other one. Oh no.
Which one did I cut? What?
Wait, I don't know if it made the cut. There was some Ubisoft news this week.
Oh no, it did not make it because they weren't there when it happened. So I was like, oh, well, they're not at the company anymore.
Wait, like,
but
what do you
but
mean,
if you
do you mean all of the people involved? Because it was like a handful of people.
Oh, well, I know two of them weren't at the time, and I thought it was just about the two. I didn't read that. I just.
Oh no! Like they were just like, come on down. Like,
well, look.
Let me see if I
put the link back.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, put the link back, and we'll cover it when we get there. We can slip it in. Freudian slip. My bad. But yeah, that's not it. Lord, I'm all out of sorts right now. Where is my screen? See, look, we're trying something new and I'm already fucking up. So getting into the tech news this week. It was a lot to cover, but again, like I said, I had to pare some stuff down. But I did want to stop here. Tom Hanks calls out dental ad for using AI likeness of him.
Eesh.
Tom Hanks posted a warning on Instagram stating he had nothing to do with the video. And SNL's the SNL recognized America's Dad looks very, very disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
An advertiser reportedly used a deep fake of Tom Hanks to promote dental plans without the actor's permission. Hanks shared a warning on Instagram on Sunday, alerting his followers about the AI-generated video, which he wrote he had nothing to do with. Hanks has been outspoken about the challenges AI poses for the industry and uses the actor's digital likenesses is one of the major points of concern voiced by striking SAG-AFTRA workers. Literally one of the things they are striking against. And someone's like, oh, word? Really? You got problems with this?
Wow. It's wild to me where it's like, we don't want people to using AI likenesses for this reason, and yet here's the reason.
Also, look at this.
What?
Look at this picture. Like,
oh, it's so bad.
Ooh.
Oh, it's so bad. Oh, it's so bad.
Remember the AI video of what was it? Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah. Oh, that was terrible. That was.
Yeah. Yikes.
That was just like
Yikes,
literally his
Brody.
it was like literally his mouth moving and nothing else.
Oh, super cringe. I can feel the cringe oozing down my backbone.
Who is this dude? This is not Tom Hanks though.
It's a little bit gross, I have to say.
Can I talk about
talk about it?
No,
Talk about it.
Can I talk about Anakin from Ahsoka? And just how he looked. We was mentioning that Anakin was in Ahsoka, the spoiler. Did I fuck up?
You might have, but also
wait, when Anakin came through, I mean, Anakin's Anakin. He's not. He was there. He was just older than what they probably had to de-age him a little bit.
But that's the thing. He didn't even look like the young Anakin.
No, he's Anakin now. He's Anakin at this. He's an older, more seasoned individual now. Like,
no, I'm not talking about Hayden Christensen.
Yeah,
I'm talking about whatever technology they used to de-age Hayden Christensen made the age appropriate Anakin, like probably prior to him burning his fucking face off.
Yeah.
Did not look like that Anakin.
No, he didn't.
Like Ghost Anakin did not look like.
Now the one, since we're talking about like bad likenesses, the thing that like really in bad likenesses in Star Wars, because there's two, and both of them in Rogue One. It's Tarkin. No, it's Toph. That's Tarkin. It's Tarkin and it's Leia. And when I tell you Leia literally makes me like recoil in fear. I might have to watch that again. Leia
not
wasn't
recoiling, please.
I mean, because it's so like she's so smooth, and it's just like it's off-putting. She almost looks like a puppet.
Like, to me, I don't remember Leia being that bad.
No,
I know Tarkin was rough because they tried
Tarkin was rough.
They de-aged him earlier than when he kind of showed up in places.
Yeah.
No, wait, no. Young Tarkin was in Clone Wars, and that's whatever.
Yeah. He's just Tarkin. He's just Tarkin, but because the actor is dead, they just say like, well, let's just CGI a Tarkin. And it's like, okay.
And like Luke from The Mandalorian.
Yeah. So I like how they put his together. I know we're going on a bit of a tangent, but
we're talking about AI likenesses.
Yeah, we're talking about AI likenesses. So the way they did it though is they had like two choices. They went with like three options. Option 1, look-alike. Option 2,
prosthetics.
No, they went with the original actor, Mark Hamill. So they were doing like a look-alike, Mark Hamill, and then like full CG. So what they ended up doing was they did like body double, so the body double look-alike, but then they also like added CG to his face. So when he's like doing his fight scenes when he's all hooded, but then in motions where he can just like stare at the camera and stare at the camera, then that's his CG face. But then it's like his actual body is so it's basically like his actual body is like when he picks up Grogu, or when he like, when he picks up and holds Grogu, or when he like reaches out for something, the actor is reaching, but then it's like a CG face. So it's not like a total CG character, but I would have preferred if they just did like look-alike at that point. And then like he was dubbed by a de-aged Luke's voice.
It was just
it was so weird.
I think this is Disney. It's like, dog, this is bad, bro. Like Marvel was sitting right there. I mean, but then too, I've been hearing some bad things about Marvel's visual effects work too.
I mean,
it's not like it's bad, but I mean, it's almost like when people talk about a Tesla and how its build quality is. Look, I've seen some fantastic looking Teslas, but I guess I'd have to own one or have to be like the fan of the genre to notice the little nitpicks.
Yeah.
As a casual observer of Marvel movies and Teslas, I don't see any problems.
Yeah, I for one do not have a problem with Marvel CG, because at least I feel like they try. We don't get like the weird like DC like let's CG out Henry Cavill's mustache, because
y'all the worst.
I have no idea what you're talking about. There's nothing on my lip.
There's nothing on my lip at all.
Nothing at all. This is skin.
This is my mouth.
Yup.
A mess. Any final thoughts on this? Because I feel like this is one of these things where I always have something to say about this, but I feel like most of that has already been said. I certainly can't say it any better than Zelda Williams did. So
just stop it. Stop doing this.
Gross, and I hate it, and I want them to lose all of their money, and I want Tom Hanks to sue him with the same energy as when he told them people to back the fuck off.
So hey, this is once again today in human decency, baby. Do not use people's likenesses. You know, if you did not ask them and get their express consent, that is all.
Or you will be sued.
You get things like this.
Yes. Because that's gross. Ugh.
Don't do
Get
that.
away. Get away.
You sure? It's right here. Ah!
No.
Ah!
No.
It's Halloween.
No.
Spooky. Oh, wait, damn it.
No.
Spooky.
Oh, goodness.
Take it away.
I hate Halloween. I hate Halloween with a passion, but I love this. Spooky.
Jump scare.
He's peeking.
For real, though.
He's watching you, Kev. He's watching you.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
In kind of feel good news, maybe. I don't know how you would feel about this, but TikTok is testing an ad-free monthly subscription.
An ad-free monthly subscription?
Yes.
Okay. Here's the thing. I'm never gonna pay for ad. Because I believe on this article they also mentioned Instagram is thinking of doing a similar thing.
Oh, don't worry. We have a whole article for that too.
Here's the thing. I'm never gonna pay for it, right? No. The ads, unless the ads are I'm watching someone's TikTok and they put an ad in the middle of that, rather than being like, hey, this surfaces ads every now and then. I have a whole hoodie in my closet right now that I saw an Instagram ad, and my girlfriend was like, oh, that looked like it made you really happy. I'm gonna buy it for you so that it arrives after I leave. Aww. Right? Like, very adorable, but also, like, I'm not going to not pay for ads on Instagram for that reason by itself. On occasion, they, like, give me stuff that I actually want to buy.
But it stops the enjoyment. I this is how much I'm tired of ads.
The ads for me aren't intrusive because of where they appear on Instagram.
Well, this is TikTok. This is TikTok. We've got a whole. Well, I guess we can merge them. So before we go any further, Meta is also proposing the same thing. Just so we can keep it clear, TikTok is offering $5 for ad free. Meta is offering $17, and this is in Europe only.
Of course it would be in Europe only. I'm not going to... Okay, that explains some other things. Because, okay, here's the thing, right? When you said that, I thought, oh, they're not doing that with the thing. And we'll talk about... Well, I'll reference that bit of history later, but yeah. Yeah, like... I don't TikTok. I don't go here. So I'm going to let Kevin and Major have that one. I don't go here.
Yeah. See the thing about I love the fact where it's like it's only in Europe, as if Europe wouldn't just go like
We look,
reverse.
The EU would just buy it for the entire continent. So this is a right to all of our citizens. So here you go. There is no ads for anybody.
Mm-hmm. Nobody gets ads.
I'm sorry, my terrible European accent was terrible. I don't even know what country it originated from.
They stole it. It's fine.
It's fine. You don't owe colonizers favors. Come on now.
All right.
You took that accent straight out of the British Museum.
Oh. Whip.
Well.
Honestly, you know what's funny? Like, quick mention. You want to know what's funny about that? Is that the British Museum was just like, hey, we're missing a couple of things. So if y'all know where those are, please let us know. Like,
are they back at home? What it should be?
Probably back in their countries of origin.
I was watching an episode of Archer, and they were hired to help protect the British Museum.
Mm-hmm. When people were like having the conversations about, I bet he thinks about the Roman Empire, and they were like, no, I think about how the British government tried to sell opium to the Chinese in lieu of tea.
Think about none of that. Like,
I don't think about no Roman Empire, but I do think about the fact of Ching Yat-so and Julie Adabni, badass women doing awesome things.
I just have conversations with myself. I don't understand.
I think about Queen Nzinga every day.
I think about Starfield. That's it.
I also think about Starfield, even though I ain't played it in a week, but I still think about it.
Yeah, Starfield.
Yeah, I need to.
Starfield.
Yeah. Think about how much I hated the Red Mile, but yeah. Fuck that Red Mile.
So with TikTok. So, all right, my take on these ad services. One, yes, I would probably buy all of them just because. No, stop selling me things. Even if you think I would like them, stop it. I don't want it. But also, But also just TikTok, when they introduced they had the For You page and then they had the following page. I realized that the following page, when I started using it, probably since the beginning, did not have ads in it, and I loved it. Then they started putting ads in it. Now it's literally every other video in the fucking following page has an ad. And I'm sick of it.
That's all your people.
I'm sick of it. I don't want to see ads. And then I hate the ads that are like, it's like they are produced to look like TikTok videos. And you sit there and you get into it until you realize there's a sponsored tag on it.
Yeah, I see them sponsored ones.
Fuck out of here.
And then I eat them sponsored ones out. And then sometimes they are like good ads where typically the ads are decent enough and you just actually want to see it and you want to see it multiple times. And then it's like, oh no, it plays twice. So it only plays twice.
No.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna run that back. Nope. No, you gotta hit the replay button for that. And I'm like, I don't want to do any of this.
Like as a gamer, you get the ones, this from Verge. Like, you know, there's this game that's like really, really difficult, but you know, if you really spend some time with it, and then it's like a mobile game, and then that's when you know it's just a sponsored thing at the bottom of it.
Be like, guys, I want to talk about this game that I didn't think was real, and it actually is real. I want to talk about Amnesty: The Return, and I'm like, bro,
get the fuck out of here.
And I'm like, I don't want none of this. If it's not on Apple Arcade, I don't want to play it. Get out of here.
So, yeah, at least for the $5, it would be to remove those deceptive ones where it's like, it looks like a TikTok video, but it's not.
And
especially the ones where, I mean, I don't know. There are some creators that are legit creators, But there's like, hey, you get these text messages, you know that they're bad? Like, no, dog, you were actually providing good infosec information. Now you're just peddling some dumb shit on this. Get out of here. The integrity.
Do you feel betrayed?
Yes.
That's the question. Like, that's where I'm at. Do we feel betrayed here?
Yes. It don't take much.
And that,
you know something that's
actually,
and that,
no, I think it does take a lot, but then sometimes it doesn't.
And that damn shadow work journal, and I'm like, I don't want that.
Oh my God. I went to look that shit up, man, because somebody who it was not an ad was talking about like, oh, my shadow work journal showed up. Like, oh no. Is this a real thing? Let me look this up, and still could not find any information about it. It's like this young creator created this book, and it's supposed to, you know, like, I think like antagonistic or some shit. I don't know. It is like, yeah, I don't know. I don't trust this. I don't like self-help books. Also, just don't like books that tell me things. Just don't.
Smells like the ops.
You don't like. Wait, hold on. You said you don't like books that tell you things?
I realized how that sounded. That's not what I meant.
Okay.
I don't like books that inform and entertain me.
I don't like books that have words in them. Damn it. Get thee behind me. I don't want to burn them. I just also don't want to read them. You know, which is an option people have. Just don't read a book.
Or you can just not read
well,
it.
I mean, Major, if we're being real, that's an option that a whole bunch of people have taken to detriment of many things. But
true.
Let me not stay on that because we'll be here forever. So
this is also true.
Just so you know, ad-free programs, good. Twitter, you had your chance. I offered this to you first. A $5 subscription to get rid of ads on your platform. But no.
Oh, no.
No,
well, like, here's the
you
thing.
didn't do that. You made Twitter blue, which was dumb on its face, and then you sold out to dumb fuck Musky Musk, and now you're just in a heap of trouble. Imagine if you just sold me ad-free Twitter.
Oh, by the way, I mean, the thing is, then, you know, Musky Musk was just like ad-free Twitter. Lol, wait, never mind.
No, we're just going to charge everybody to use a platform.
Well, I mean, that's if the stakeholders don't repro your company first, but we're not going to talk about that right now.
And then there's this.
What do we got?
Some of you, quote, some of you lied about your gender, end quote. Men swamp tech conference for women.
Now, this is the one that I had, like, things in the chamber to say. One of the things is, on its surface, right? Just so y'all know, for everybody who is listening in, there was a conference for basically women in STEM and tech to kind of talk to each other, do the things. And it is specifically geared toward women.
And non-binary.
And, like, women and people of marginalized genders, generally speaking.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, right, we got this going on over here. And these men pulled up, jumping over banisters and railings because they were just, like, trying to get in the face of recruiters to try to get these jobs. And it was noted that some of them straight up wrote that they were non-men on their applications to make their way in here. And it was so egregious that people felt unsafe, and like the people who ran the whole thing had to like make like a public call out about it. Here's the thing. This whole thing, wild, egregious. It's giving the same energy as the all-female cast of Ghostbusters and the Wonder Woman movie. I feel like I don't need to say this, but the energy around here is, this is how y'all end up getting boy math and getting dragged for like 500 years.
Yeah. I'm like, when you said Ghostbusters 2016, I was like, ooh.
Let these people have their spaces and leave them the fuck alone. But also, while we are here, let's talk about how this is like half a step away from deep transphobia.
Yeah, so when I posted this on Mastodon, I've been hearing some.
Like, I want y'all to know that this is all of 2 steps. This is all of 2 steps away from being the whole trans people using the bathroom problem. Of being like, how do you know that these people aren't like lying about what their relative gender or presentation is so that they can go and do predatory things? Meanwhile, these men, who are probably the same people who said that, literally did that to be here. I just need somebody at this point to just smack them with a 2x4 filled with rusty nails.
Wait, who are we smacking with the 2x4 rusty nails?
The invaders.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not for y'all. Like, like, y'all are the same people who are just like, I don't know. I feel like the glass ceiling isn't real and gender discrimination isn't real when it comes to workplaces and things. And if y'all were qualified for the job, y'all would have it. So why are you here? Making things unsafe for everybody.
Men ruining it for women. Another one on the board. Put another chit on the board.
No, like, this is one of those days since men fuckery 0. Just like reset the whole thing. And I'm just like, listen, job market is a very difficult place to be in, but this isn't how you go and you do that problem. Don't you see everybody else on strike? Pick up a sign. Like, go away.
To say it in Pacific Rims and to say it in Pacific Rim terms. Restart the war clock.
It's so exhausting, and I feel bad for everybody who had to be in attendance and witness that, because like now they're just like not even just thinking about this moment, but thinking about future moments too, of being like, what am I going to do and where am I going to go? Because I felt safe here and now they fucked that up. So where can I go to feel safe?
Yeah.
It's crazy this year. I'm sorry.
And that's not a question they should have to ask. Period.
Like, this is a text, some texts that were sent. It's crazy this year. I got shoved by a guy into a door frame. A guy sold his one-on-one spot to this girl for $1,000. I was talking to a recruiter for HPE, which is Hewlett Packard Enterprise. Or I know it's Hewlett Packard. I'm not sure if the E is Enterprise or whatever the E stands for, but I know that's HPE. I think it's Hewlett Packard. He whipped around me and started asking questions because he didn't want to wait in line. Now I will say some of this kind of smacks of xenophobia. Like, some of the posts do smack of xenophobia, including this one that says, "Let's be honest, we're all doing CS for immigration sponsorship."
Yep, that's like straight up xenophobic, because okay, that whole thing there, like, for me, all of this stuff draws a line to somewhere else. So that thing sounds a lot like these people are coming from south of the US border to take our jobs. And it's kind of like,
well,
these are
not to excuse it. This is the last thing I am trying to do, but it's not south of the border that they're referring to.
No, I mean, I'm not saying that they are. I'm saying that the lines of logic that get you there are the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, these people, like these foreign entities are here to take our jobs, which for some reason you feel clearly entitled to enough to bomb a whole conference that was literally not for you.
Yeah, I don't know who the user was who made this. It's the biggest dickest JB.
Of course it is. Every time. Like, y'all want to be edgy so bad.
And yeah, click that name and it's, okay, there we go.
I'm assuming it's about as disappointing as we all expect.
Well, it's on an archive.today or archive.ph. I don't know. It's not archive.org. That's for sure. The Sino Indian effect is real. It's getting more dog eat dog vibes in CS Major. Yeah, they are definitely talking about immigration and work sponsorship in this post.
And here's the thing, like, you know, because this is something that Major is, you know, very like well known for saying, I'm going to go ahead and put this out here. If y'all really feel that way, the people that y'all should be talking to then are the people who run the companies and decide to go, hey, we can put people in desperate situations and decide to hire them. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to put people in situations where they're dependent on us for like things like visas, healthcare, dental care, vision, all of that other stuff, and whatever. Instead of, you know, like instead of hiring people otherwise. And if that's a problem that you have, that's a problem that you need to take not to this conference of the people who are attending there. Like, y'all should be talking to like these CEOs and VPs and all that. Like, they're out there. Go talk to them. Since you feel a way about it, like, you could have taken all that aggression and went straight to the offices of the people whose company you're trying to apply for. Billy Badass.
Yeah,
I don't know what to say. And like, see, the thing is, if someone would have popped one of them right in the mouth, then it would have been a problem.
Yeah, I feel like whoever runs this account, yeah, very, very, very problematic. Like, it's only existed for about a year. But yeah, it possibly even Chinese. Because I don't know who would troll this way and, you know, write most of the comments in Chinese script. But yeah, the way they were talking in that archive Reddit post, or yeah, in this Reddit thread, it's more like they're in the CS Majors subreddit. So it seems like there's a lot of computer science students. And they're all not white or black.
It's Reddit.
So, yeah. Like, I feel like this is what this is. And it's like, I mean, granted, racism is still racism. Xenophobia is still xenophobia, regardless of whoever you are. But, yeah.
Like, my favorite thing here is I feel like you're getting at, like, bad things are bad, but this is egregious.
I mean, the conference, the shit going on at the conference is egregious, but it's like the more you dig into it, it's like, yeah, this is a mess. This is a mess from the conference to the people who are talking about it. Hold on, what's wrong with this tweet?
The way that these people determined to drag us into hell with them, and I'm not going. I refuse.
Also, like, I know you had mentioned something about like the transphobia. You went another way with it. I know I was hearing people on Mastodon when this story got posted, that they were saying the conference itself tends to be a little transphobic.
I guess that depends, because it's not like we haven't seen that happen before, where it's kind of like, hey, this is a conference for women. Okay, cool. So can I be there? No, because you're trans. Excuse you? You know, like that whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I mean, maybe, but it's also like listed as, it was like published as a thing for like non-binary people too. I feel like they would understand like inclusion at that point if we were going to do that, because you can't have like women and non-binary identities and somehow not have trans people here if they're going to do that.
So let's see here.
Or at least you would think so, because goodness knows humanity loves to disappoint. So, you know, let's see what they do.
Well, I'm trying to see if there is a link to, is it AnitaB.org? Is that a place I can go? and programs, Grace Hopper celebration. Okay, so it does say women and non-binary technologists. Because I was just thinking like maybe it was how it was reported in 404.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the case. It is actually on their website that it is for women and non-binary technologists. So,
and that's what makes that line about people lying about their genders the egregious thing that it is.
Right. But also it's like, it's a thing of like, y'all say this, but how is it that people are coming back and telling me, not that I'm just some bashing of tech news, but it's like people are responding to the post that I made about this saying, yeah, I wouldn't go anyway because, or people say, I felt like they were transphobic and that's why I'm avoiding it. And then other people corroborating that sentiment.
And it's kind of like, okay, so y'all didn't go and y'all didn't read?
Yeah, it's giving that. Also, when people show up.
Well, no. I feel like, no, I'm sorry. I know we're trying to, because I realized what Sin said. I want to respond real quick. It's not that they didn't go and they didn't read. It's the fact that they probably did go, got that experience, and are not going again to the conference.
Okay, now if they've been to the conference and they were just
that I don't know.
Sign, but what had happened was, then that's fair. Like you can't, like there's like not much to be said about that.
Yeah, I took it as they went to the conference and they found that out, or they were getting, anecdotal accounts of this isn't safe for trans people. Like, I'm not going to argue that point with them because, like, look, that is their experience. That's how I was getting it. Not so much, oh, they seem trans and I don't care. That's not what I got from those responses.
Okay.
But I'm sorry, Kev, I interrupted.
No, I was just saying, like, when like a lot of the men started to like, rush in and be like, dress like at not any time where they like did like venue organizers or the venue security be like, hey peeps, this is for Femmes and Days, and I need you to find an exit, and for like security purposes alone, because you just can't have people just wandering in. Also, this is an event for Femmes and Days, and yet people who are clearly not femmes and clearly not theys are in the video. Because I looked at the video and it's like,
and like I thought that initially, and that's why I kept reading. They do allow men to attend
as
allies.
As allies, and yet,
to your point though, they clearly were not being allies. And something should have been done. So I don't know what happened at that point either, unless it was just like, wait, there is just too many of you. We are overwhelmed.
Right.
Here's the thing. Apparently, according to the article, people went up and bought up like multiple tickets to keep other people from going. To then resell them for whatever. Like, it's just bad things all around.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, it's bad. But when you keep digging, it's just, this is a fucking mess.
It's like a trifle of mess. It's like a Waldorf salad of mess. Of just like, the more you get into it, the more it turns out to be as bad as it is. And I'm like, you're typically in an event that is supposed to like bring the table to people who don't have the biggest representation, or you know, and for you to then be, and for you to be Beauregard your way in it because nobody invited you because you weren't invited, and then be like, oh yeah, here I am, only proves the point of like, yeah. And then how do you police that? And I find it kind of sad, because I know you're always gonna have people gonna be coming into situations and, you know, like, you know, hoodwinking their way into a situation, or hoodwinking in a place that, you know, they're not supposed to be. But it just feels bad overall. It just feels bad overall, and it kind of like, you know, leaves a very much bad taste in people's mouths.
The more I think about this too, and I think about that comment that I highlighted where it smacks of xenophobia, I feel like I took that comment out of context, because I feel like that comment wasn't so much. Oh, I forgot that was on the Reddit thread or whatever.
Yeah.
Or no, it was here. Let's be honest. We're all doing CS for immigration sponsorship. Like, that wasn't in response to that post. That is a response to everybody in that Reddit, that subreddit. Like, that person, because remember, I said I think that dude is also Indian. I mean, not Indian, but Chinese. Where he was saying like, hey, all of us in this subreddit, all of us, including me, are in computer science because we're trying to get sponsorships to stay in the US. Which seems like it is a bigger issue. It wasn't him necessarily calling them out for that, but it's like, hey, acknowledge the actual truth here. This is why this happened. We're all sitting there trying to get immigration status here, and we're all going to do whatever it takes to get it. So kind of justifying why those guys did it. Not to say like that is great, because like, again, clearly other conferences and job fairs you could have gone to, not this one, because even if that was the case, you were looking for, hey, Cliffhanger, thank you for that sub. Really do appreciate it.
Hey, awesome.
Like, even if it was for the immigration status or whatever, there are still women in those marginalized groups, because, you know, intersectionality is a thing. That would also love, I guess, to have a fair shot at doing the thing you're all doing, if that's how you want to look at what you're doing.
Which is why they're there in the first place.
Right. So, like, it's like, part of me is like, it didn't sit well that, again, a lot of brown people were just highlighted. But then it also kind of like, okay, where it was posted, who was making the comment, it makes sense now, because they weren't, like, this wasn't about us. Like, these comments in this particular subreddit weren't about the American set of racism. It was more or less like, hey, we're all brown people trying to make it in America. Of course we would do this.
This is one of those things where I just look at this and go, I feel like y'all don't understand how you explaining that doesn't make it.
It doesn't.
Good thing
No.
to do.
No.
No. Wait, mind you, I'm not. That's not addressed to you.
Okay.
Right. That is addressed to the person who wrote it. It's kind of like, you have just given us a wonderful explanation for why this is still a fucked up thing to do.
And
like,
I
you
feel
understand
like,
this.
now I feel like he is still acknowledging it is a fucked up thing, but it's like, hey, this is what happens when there's so many spots and a lot more people.
You know, before we move on to like our next topic or whatever, I just want to say once again, I would like to slap the shit out of that Australian dude.
Yep. Just randomly out of nowhere, just get slapped. Like, what was that for? I'm sorry, that was terrible. My bad.
Yeah. I'm just gonna need you to pack up these.
Shut up! Leave me alone.
listen,
I don't think it's in, I don't think it's in you, dog.
It's not now anyway.
let Major have this acting career.
All right, before we move on, I'm going to do another vibe check. How's everybody feeling? That was heavy.
Yeah, I'm okay.
It was really heavy. So how you doing?
That's one of those things where, like, I read that, so I was prepared for this, and I'm just like, it's just so irritating.
Yeah.
And you just want to like roll up a newspaper and just beat people with the newspaper. Just like, come on now, you're like, someone raised you to not be like this. Do better.
Exactly. Do better.
So many things. Just, I have to behave myself. But who's ready for some gaming news?
Ooh.
Gaming news.
Yeah, we got some.
Yeah.
Before we go, so many layers to that thing. The employers could have squashed the whole thing by saying this is an event for women. We are only interviewing women here.
That part.
Yeah.
That part, sir. Move out the line, sir.
The only thing I can think about.
You're out of here.
Like, we would have had a very different set of articles this week, depending on how that conversation went. Because if these people were at the point bum rushing people, jumping over escalators, and all this other stuff as a group in a unit.
Yeah, part of me would like to say that. I mean, and I would love to give the employers the benefit of the doubt. Of course, the article does not mention that at all. Like, if they were stopped or if people just ignored them, which, you know, as fucked up as that sounds, still,
because it is.
I would like to at least hope that the employers did do something like that. Like, if dude just started asking questions when he cut that corner, they were like, no. One, you skipped a line. Two, this ain't for you.
Take your ass back.
But a lot of that article was talking about like just, well, okay, except for one, and I guess it'll make me walk back my statement. A lot of the article was
off my property.
Yeah, a lot of folks were. I mean, a lot of that article was people being pushed out of line, shoved everywhere, or women being pushed out of line, shoved, whatnot, and just all around disrespected. But again, when I say I will walk back I guess the employers did. I want to guess that the employers did something. They didn't, because I forgot one guy had a spot. He had an interview spot. Unless he coerced someone to give it to him and then he resold it. Which seems like a lot. But yeah. All I know is that dude did have a spot that he did end up selling for $1,000. I'm here, and they're like, I'm here looking for a job. What makes you think I got $1,000?
That part. If I had $1,000, I wouldn't really need the job. I mean,
whole point. It's like, I want to go buy a new car. Look, I drive Uber. I can't. If I could afford a new car, do you think I'd be driving Uber? That's what I need the new car for. Anywho, I said we were gonna talk about gaming news now.
Yes,
and we are.
Let's do that. Let's do that. SAG-AFTRA talks with video game industry in with no resolution. SAG-AFTRA announced on Thursday that its scheduled talks with various gaming industry employers ended quickly and without an agreement being formed. The meetings, which began on Tuesday, this is last week, were undertaken with the goal of renegotiating the terms of the current interactive media agreement, specifically as it relates to pay, streaming rights, and use of artificial intelligence. After failing to reach an agreement, the following statement was posted to the union's website, quote, SAG-AFTRA and video game employers have concluded scheduled negotiations for the interactive media agreement. No deal was reached, and the current agreement will remain in effect while the parties make final efforts to reach a deal. End quote. SAG-AFTRA recently voted to authorize a strike against 10 major gaming industry juggernauts with 98.32% of the union's 160,000 plus members voting in favor of the strike. If the aforementioned final efforts to reach a deal fail, a strike is almost certain to come next, impacting the following entertainment companies.
It's one of those things where I'm looking at this article kind of like, what was your purpose in writing this? Because it's a thing where we understand that there are steps and layers, right? That they have to do of being like, hey, this is what we would like for you to do. And then if you decide that you are not going to do it, we're going to have to proceed to step number 2, which looks like this. That's how this works. So looking at this and being like, this ended without a resolution is like one of those things that's annoying in that it might be technically correct, but the spirit of it is wrong, if that makes sense.
It's the everybody's talking about Hot Strike Summer. Let's get into it as well. Yeah. Hey, video game. There might be strikes for video games too, because everybody's talking about strikes. Strikes? You want to talk about strikes? Labor disputes? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Unions?
Yeah.
Wow. I can only imagine gaming companies responding to this strike notice with gamers can't read and don't understand nuanced stories.
Otherwise known as the end user license agreement.
Wow.
Yep. Terms of service, terms and conditions.
But yeah, like after reading that, like I could have sworn I've read it and it's like, oh, there is a strike. But yeah, like really digging into it, it's like, oh, not a strike. But maybe it doesn't even say like when that final deal is supposed to be reached.
Right.
It's one of those things that clearly lends itself to the idea of, okay, so we have had stage number 1 and they couldn't come to a resolution, so I guess things are now underway, or whatever. But it's one of those. Also, are we, like, based on what we already know about the games industry, are we surprised? Is anybody?
I mean, about anything? No.
Certainly not about this.
Also, if they do, for whatever reason, do come up with a strike, please, my content creating brethren, please, if you making content, please refrain from crossing the picket line and playing games on that list. If you need any recommendations, I have a list. I'm be working on my Steam curator page, and we'll let you know of the following games that you can play, mostly indie game based, so that you will not be breaking the picket line in case whenever a picket line comes up.
Don't end up like Drew Barrymore out here.
We ain't trying to be Drew Barrymore out here,
or Bill Maher, who just. While Drew Barrymore stopped, Bill Maher just kept fucking going.
Because he's Bill Maher. Because he's a reprehensible piece of shit. So yeah.
No, like did you hear about the fallout behind that?
I heard some things, but I don't remember.
She invited after just like, okay, the strike is over, cool, and invited the writers back, and the writers are just like, no, we're good.
And this is Drew Barrymore?
Yeah.
It was like, girl, if you could have just waited a week. If you waited a week, you could have just resolved this. And they were like, nah, girl, we don't work for scabs. And it was just like, we out. And
the way I feel so good though about late night TV being back.
Yeah. So
also, I was surprised that they came back. I figured they were all SAG.
Yeah, they're all SAG.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The comedians, I figured they would have been SAG, but they may be, but this may not be struck work. Which I was surprised. You are bringing back late night TV. I'm confused, but if everybody's okay with this, I'm gonna watch Stephen Colbert again.
I was
and John Oliver.
Ooh. Yeah, that was mine because I was like, ooh, John Oliver's back. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Look, I will watch John Oliver, Steve
Colbert.
Colbert.
Welcome back, and I know that you were tired of being on the comedy circuit.
Mm-hmm. That part.
But yeah,
be on them YouTube channels and them podcasts. That's what they do now.
Yeah, they did Strike Force 5.
Yeah, they were on Strike Force. They had Strike Force 5. They did a podcast together. It was funny.
Yeah, I found out about it too late.
Yeah, I was like, that's what happens when you're like a comedian but too rich enough to go back on the late, like the comedy circuit. You just do a podcast now. Or too old.
Yeah, I don't think Colbert was ever going to do that.
Nah, he was just like, you know what? I can't write. I can't do my show. We'll just do podcasts, and get these better help sponsorships, and we're good. Somebody do an ad read, and that's about it. But yes, if there is a video game strike, please do not, as content creators, please do not cross the picket line. Play indie games in the meantime.
So, I would hate to prove Verge right, who again said, I can only imagine gaming companies responding to the strike notice with gamers can't read and don't understand nuanced stories with the comment section of this article, which again is a thing I should not have went to, but I did anyway because I was just curious.
We don't read comments, but okay.
Well, there's 3 of them, so I'm gonna go through them. LOL, they don't have the bargaining power that Hollywood writers and actors have. Even most gamers don't care about game writers and actors. They're very replaceable.
Ask the people, ask WB if they can replace Troy Baker as Joker, and see if that helps.
Or Joel.
Yeah. Can you just replace voice actors who are integral to the plot? Y'all already know how I felt about Spider-Man PS4. I'm gonna leave the one-man campaign about that. They changed my man's voice actor. I mean, the man's face, but not the voice actor, and I'm mad about it to this day.
If you take away Troy Baker, Nathan, Nolan North, not Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, you leave.
I mean, shit, you could probably take him away too. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, he's only like Cade 6. But yeah, Troy Baker, Nolan North, Ashley Birch,
Yuri, Spider-Man.
Who is you?
Spider-Man. Yuri Lowenthal. Spider-Man.
That was Ashley Birch?
No, it was Yuri Lowenthal.
Is that the character or the actress?
The actor.
Oh.
Of Spider-Man.
Oh, that's it. Oh, that's the dude?
Yes.
Oh, I was just naming like the big name, like the people who are literally like half of the voices in all of your video games.
He is one of them as well.
Really?
Here.
Yes.
Here. This is the.
My bad. First time I've ever heard of this guy.
Yeah.
I'm dropping you links for your references.
Hashtag not by Peter Parker.
Yeah, exactly not. It certainly wasn't.
But yeah, like, so okay, Yuri, Troy Baker, Nolan North, Ashley Birch, Jennifer Hale.
Yes.
Like, those are 4 plus Yuri.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, I look, Yuri, I don't know. You were cool with me and Spider-Man, it's whatever. But the 4 that I named and Yuri are like half of video games.
Mm-hmm.
So if those actors are gone, some of your favorite characters gonna be sounding real suspect.
Real different.
Hi, Sully. Would you like to explore this cave for some treasure?
Mm-hmm. How even Sully's voice be sounding with Drake, Nathan.
I'm just
shout out my goddamn plane train, Nate.
When I tell you that Kevin could not have been more correct.
Yeah, I don't recognize this dude. I'm sorry.
I don't recognize him, but like his voice.
The thing is, not by name, but like.
Yeah, okay, look, his filmography is here. Okay.
Homeboy is every.
Oh shit, that's Sasuke.
Yeah,
that's what I'm telling you, bro.
Like
my man is literally in anime and cartoons and video games. That's why I'm saying you don't even know my man's name, but you know his voice.
I'm sorry. I want to take this opportunity to highlight that you've tuned into Status, where I'm playing game.
You turned into Status. I'm playing game.
We need to fix that shit. Or maybe that's on me. Maybe I need to fix that. But still.
Hello. I'm looking at the stream, but then I can hang on a minute. I can actually look at the links.
So I know that we're getting kind of close. Well, it's like we have like a little bit of wiggle room here in terms of how to do this segment, but I do want to say Cliff kind of nailed the point here. Voice acting in games, and I would dare say writing in games as well, for that matter.
Yeah,
is one of those things that people shit on that until they play a game where it's done poorly.
Oh shit! This motherfucker was Kuma.
Correct. May just having a time, but yeah, it's always one of those things where you don't appreciate how well things are done or how much effort goes into a craft for things when you cannot see the person who's doing it until those people don't do it, and you get movies from Tubi. I'm not gonna say too much more on that. I'm gonna act right, but yeah. So,
yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to vamp for a second. I'm busy.
All I'm gonna say here is I hope that they something. If it takes them striking to get we've already seen the nonsense. We've seen 3 years plus of nonsense at this point, at a minimum. For video game industry nonsense, and if you've been into video games, you've seen it a lot longer than that. So I hope that they burn this to the ground too, because it's not these people think that these people won't pull up, and they're just half a year later. So about those checks that you thought you were gonna keep this running until we ran out of health insurance. So what's up?
Oh damn! He
and act like people won't take the energy of that strike and keep right on rolling, and they should. Cliff, don't.
Cliff.
Not that.
I had to stop reading. The Tyler Perry was people in their hair until Shamar.
Okay. Cliff is one of our people. Okay, I see you.
Mm-hmm. Cliff is the real one.
Cliff is a real one for that, because not the Shamar Moore chinchilla looks.
Mm-hmm. Not the Boris Kojo Steve Harvey fro. That killed me.
Looks like he rolls around at the speed of sound.
Mm-hmm.
I just.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Indeed.
He was the fucking prince in the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time.
Yeah, he was. He was indeed that.
When we say that this person is booked, Major, they are booked.
Oh, he was in Bugsnax. Candio.
Final Fantasy 12?
Yeah.
Wait, Rex? Ain't that's the big lizardy dude, right?
In what now?
Final Fantasy 12. The parental figure to Vaughn?
Oh yeah. I didn't get much of 12. I didn't get much into 12. Well, yeah, my man.
All right. I'm gonna bring it back, because we're gonna have to enjoy Huey Lowenthal admiration and homework after the stream. Bring it back, Major. Come back.
I know there's a lot.
Come back.
See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. My man's been doing a lot. with a lot.
Yeah,
And
okay, so yes, those 5 characters. I will now put him amongst the 4 others. He is not the 5th one.
he was also in Titanfall 2. He was Davis.
There's so many.
So
there are. Man got credits.
He do
out here in literal Digimon Tamers. Like y'all not gonna tell him nothing.
He's literally the official voice for like a Final Fantasy character, Cecil, for all the Dissidia games. He's Cecil. That's wild. Anyway, we should move along.
come back, Major. Come back.
I guess.
Oh, he's also Smoke in Mortal Kombat 1. Interesting. Well, okay. Oh, dude.
He was Johnny in Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Dude, he was Rick the door technician in Jedi Survivor.
Oh, the motherfucker you just fucking slice. Like boss battle. Shut up.
No way.
Cause
I literally seen you mollywop him the other day in the TikTok, and you were like, "That's it? That's it?"
All right. So I did fail to mention the companies that are being struck against. Activision Productions, Blind Light, Disney Character Voices, Electronic Arts, Epic Games, Formosa Interactive, Insomniac Games, Take-Two Productions, VoiceWorks Productions, and WB Games. Now, some of them you'll recognize, others not really, which I imagine are voice studios that may actually work for other game studios.
Yeah.
So be cognizant of that too.
Yeah, you might want to do a little research. Do a little research first, and double check, so that you don't inadvertently like cross the picket line when and if that strike actually goes through. So just want to be prepared. If you're doing content, or any type of like production for those, just kind of be aware of that.
And just on their website alone, on their website alone, it looks like your Microsoft games are about to get popped off.
Yeah,
because there is literally somebody from Fallout. There is Master Chief, and that is Cole and his daughter. Oh wait, did I spoil Deathloop? My bad.
You did.
Damn, because I can't remember her name.
Someone come get Major, please.
Look, I'm sorry. Oh no.
Well,
damn.
Well, my one had to play that one offline.
So that's another question. Could I play it offline? Is it? Do I have to stream? Is it? I shouldn't stream it. Can I play it offline? Juliana, by the way, is her name.
Mm-hmm. I think it's like you cannot promote it. You cannot promote it or give coverage to games with that.
Is Destiny, Fallout 76?
Because that was the thing though, where when during the strike they were like, hey, could we watch like struck work? Like, could we like watch movies or go to the movies and like, or watch it on like go to the movies or watch stuff on streaming? And they were like, yeah, no, you can watch that stuff, but you just can't promote it. You just can't say like, dude, I love this show from insert struck work here, and it's so good. Or, hey, I'm at a premiere for insert struck work here. So you just have to be like, you just can't go and promote and work for struck work.
So just to be clear too, here are some of their creative and production partners: Bethesda, Bungie, ArenaNet, Crystal Dynamics, EA, Dev Sisters, Lionsgate, Smilegate, Microsoft, Ubisoft, Behavior, NCSoft, Square Enix, Rare, and Creative Assembly. And that's just through Blind Light.
I'll be like, damn, now I won't be able to play Banjo and Kazooie. Shit. Or Sea of Thieves. Specifically Sea of Thieves. Can't play Sea of Thieves. Which, to be fair, I have not been playing Sea of Thieves. Want to, but haven't.
Lamplighters League looks like it's another game that's going to be out.
Yeah, I didn't stream. I played a little bit of that, but I didn't stream.
The Last of Us Part 2. League of Legends, Modern Warfare. Well, that was all they Call of Duty anyway. Borderlands 3, God of War.
Ooh.
Death Stranding. So yeah, check on the ones you don't recognize.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, yeah, definitely. Ooh, like check on these.
Tsushima?
Like Ori, that. Oh, Sunset.
Breath of the Wild.
Is that a Fire Emblem game? Oh, it's Conquest.
It's Conquest.
Oh, never mind.
Well, I imagine it's all three of them, but
it's Conquest and Birthright, yeah. But still, unless you have like a channel where you playing games emulated or off a captured 3DS, I think you're okay.
Wow, yo, we could totally build that. We could build that. This is directed at you, but we could totally build it. Kev needs to put up a single-use page, insert struckwork.com or canyouPlayit.com.
Because
they need to build that into how long to play.
Or be like, play this, not that.
Remember, see, like that requires a recommendation engine, and I don't know how to build that. I can build up my SQL database that will pull up game and yes or no. All right, we've spent enough time on that. 16-year-old studio shutting down after client reportedly refused to pay.
Oh, that sucks.
A veteran studio that worked on the Callisto Protocol is closing up shop. Puny Human, a developer formed in 2007 that made Dystopia and Blade Symphony and contributed to a number of high-profile games, is closing down for good. The company will lay off all remaining full-time staff by the end of the year and is taking steps to liquidate assets and sell off select IP. The company will make some of its products open source. This is happening in part because of a contract dispute. We do not know who it is that they were having the contract dispute with, but some mind did not want to pay, and a small development studio disappeared.
Child, if y'all don't name and shame these people, they didn't pay, they didn't run you your money.
Name and shame.
Because at the point, if they're not paying you, like, what are they saving that money for? It's certainly not a lawsuit. So I mean,
and what the shaming not do? Like, guarantee you're not getting money? Trust me. Spoiler alert. You still not getting that money. What you talking about?
Well, I imagine if they did, there's no telling if there's something in their contract that says that they did do that they also just won't get sued.
Mm-hmm. But it's like, wait, well, I'm also not getting paid.
I mean, I can only speak from a aspect of, I also don't want to pay money that I don't have because I was not being paid.
Because it's like, oh, so yeah, we basically have to close down, and all because you out here broke boy fresh out here.
I mean, it's giving
not broke boy fresh, please.
It's giving Rudy Giuliani trying to sue Trump for not being paid, while his lawyers also aren't being paid.
You know, with the lawyers are like, should we sue you? It's giving we should sue you. Oh, the chickens are just coming home to roost. With
I mean, Merge does bring up a good point. Like, yeah, I mean, like, look, if the company existed, who knows? Maybe by the end of the year, we'll find out.
It's like you legit broke. It's like these people are literally not running you your coins, and and you're now having to like give everybody their walking papers and sell off the mugs and the coffee pots and the desks to try to like make ends meet and be insolvent, and they sitting up there, and you sitting up there looking at them in a new Testarossa with champagne, thinking like, so you just sitting up here having my money. You think I'm just gonna let you out here? If you don't like I say, if you don't burn the bridge while you standing on it, sometimes you just gotta. I learned on TikTok that sometimes you gotta burn the bridge while you standing on it, to let them know you ain't about that life. Yes, I'm insolvent. Yes, my people finna be out of work, but guess what? Where's my matches? The whoosh. I'm like, you can't sue me. I don't exist.
Yeah.
Because of you. I think you know what's also good? A good old fashioned leak right now. Ooh. Just leak them receipts.
Man, it would suck so much if I knocked this cup over. Oh no.
Speaking of the receipts, can we talk about this HR thing? Can we talk about this?
Oh, that one's coming after the one you wanted to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Remember when I asked for the vibe check? Remember when I asked for that vibe check? I was actually putting the article in the rundown.
Okay. What do we got here?
The former Ubisoft execs reportedly arrested after year-long sexual harassment investigation, 5 in total. Mm-hmm. 5 former Ubisoft executives were reportedly arrested following a year-long sexual assault and harassment investigation within the company. As reported by French publication Libération, translated by GI.biz. I feel like I nailed that French accent, by the way. Thank you. Former chief I feel like it's also the French accent that will get me shot in the streets of France, but
it would.
I acknowledge it.
Something not shot, beaten to within an inch of your life with a stale baguette.
Those hurt the worst. Former chief creative officer, SAG-AFTRA, I probably did not pronounce that right, and former VP of Editorial and Creative Services Tommy Francois, not know how to pronounce that one, both whom left Ubisoft in summer 2020 following a wave of sexual misconduct allegations, were among those placed in police custody. The case is being handled by the public prosecutor's office in the Paris district of Bobigny after simultaneous complaints were made by the Solidaires Informatique Union and 2 victims on their own behalf. Judicial police then collected testimonies from around 50 current and former employees. The plaintiff's lawyers, Maud Beckers, told Libération that the investigation, quote, reveals systemic sexual violence, unquote. When asked for a comment by IGN, Ubisoft said, quote, Ubisoft has no knowledge of what has been shared and therefore can't comment, end quote.
That came straight from the legal department. So what do we think about this? Other than every time we just turn around for 2 seconds, you're out here fucking up the vibe. How?
Well,
How?
I mean,
Every time? This
is a vibe they fucked up 3 years ago. Chickens finally came home to roost.
Oh no, that's right, understandably, because they said these people were former employees, which means they had time to work there, leave, and then have, hey, I see that you're over here currently enjoying a very nice evening with your wife and kid, having a dinner. However, we do want to talk to you about, And that's why I'm just y'all out here fucking up the vibes. Every time I turn around, fucking up the vibes. Why?
What I'm saying is to Ubisoft's credit, they are not the ones that fucked them up this time. Like I said, look, we didn't know. We didn't know anything about them getting arrested. That's on them. Y'all need to talk to the cops. That ain't us. They don't work here. Or at least 2 of them didn't. 3 maybe. I mean, I feel like if anything, this does still show. Granted, it took 3 years. And God knows how long since then because they were just doing the fucked up shit during work and how long they had been doing it at the company. But at least since things came out, it did take 3 years for things to happen, but things did happen. That there is, and I can't speak for the victims, but as an outside observer, it looks like some form of justice was served. How much, I can't say.
I will say that I hope that the people who like suffered through this, the victims in question, are living peaceful lives at this moment, and that these other people are just
being thrown under a jail is not enough because that gets used a lot.
I hope y'all are, like, it's just one of those, like, I hope you never have a crispy piece of chicken in your life.
I don't think they eat crispy chicken in France.
It might be It might be too spicy for them.
Something blue.
Oh no, you didn't do that. Okay, so Kevin, get your friend, please.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, this is a very European-centric episode. I thought we were caring. I thought we didn't care about the colonizers. I'm just saying.
and we don't.
Look, the Haitians knew. The Haitians knew what was up. Fought their asses out of the country.
You're not wrong.
Candace, someone talking about, oh, the white man discovers ended slavery. How about them Haitians, motherfucker?
Haitian said, hold my machete. No, seriously, hold it. Yeah.
Right in your chest, motherfucker. Wow, a lifetime of soggy chicken might border on cruel and unusual. Not cruel, but definitely unusual. Why is all this chicken so soggy? When you bite into this piece, it's crispy, but when I bite into it, it's soggy. This is unusual.
I'd be like, I don't know, homie. I feel like you're being punished like one of your ancestors did something.
Now, where there was a failing at Ubisoft, there was also a failing at Bungie, but at a different stage of HR reporting. Because at this point, the HR manager gets fucked. Former HR manager sues Bungie, alleges wrongful termination. Now, this is a story.
You know, it's a story that hits a little bit too close to home for me because of my day job. So I'm going to let y'all have this story while I go and get myself a beverage.
So with this one here, according to a report from IGN, plaintiff Ingrid Alm filed a complaint with the state of Washington early in 2023. She was hired in May of 2022 as an HR manager. Just so you know, like, this story takes place within a year. That's how really fast and fucked up this is. A few months later, she was asked to investigate the performance of a specific employee referred to as, quote, James Smith. When she interviewed Smith, he allegedly claimed he was being unfairly targeted as the only black member of a 50-person team. Alm reportedly shared the concern with her supervisor and recommended that Smith's supervisor receive diversity training. Reportedly, Alm's recommendation was approached with hostility and denial. Alm's supervisor rejected her proposal, citing the seniority of the employees. Alm recommended receiving training. So we talking about some respectability politics. According to Alm, Bungie then recommended the termination of Smith's employment. So dude says, hey, they're being racist. Well, instead of disciplining the people who are being racist, why don't we just fire the guy? On top of that, oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was something else here. Alm remained concerned, stating the termination would be racially biased. So they at least listened to her on that one. where in September she reached out to Bungie's Director of Equity and Inclusion, Dr. Courtney Benjamin, who recommended Smith receive a written warning instead. How is he still being blamed for this shit? I don't understand. Alma alleges her supervisor became angry after she reached out to Benjamin. Oh no, you went over my head, and I don't take kindly to that. It sent a written warning to Alm via email. Later in September, Alm received a needs improvement marker in her company review despite prior excellent marks. There's retaliation. Alm's supervisor allegedly advised she look for an exit from the job. Shortly after, Alm attempted to log in and found she had been locked out of Bungie's systems. She emailed her supervisor but received no response for many days. Alm then allegedly received a message claiming her resignation had been accepted, though Alm claimed she never resigned. So they fucking fired her, but said, no, we didn't fire her, she resigned. What are you talking about?
Oh, what are you talking about, Nani?
Like Cliff says, HR is not your friend, even if you in HR.
That part.
Versus they would know what retaliation was if they took that training. Oh, boy.
Boy, howdy. Ooh, Chile.
How? I'm still trying to figure out, how does old boy, the person who made the report, get a written warning that, yo, you fucked up, but was about to be fired, and then didn't even fire the woman who was working on the case that she was assigned to and was doing her literal job, but said, oh, you're resigning? Well, we gotta take up, I'm sorry, what? I'm doing what now? Who said what?
So who? Where?
Hold on, what did you say now?
We heard you're leaving. We heard you're leaving.
Yeah, the way that they just said, oh, you know something? We understand that this is like that you're exploring new opportunities and we're very happy for you. Wait, what? I didn't. Excuse me? Oh, run that back because no. Actually, I did not say that. Who said that?
Wait, who
this resignation letter that clearly has your signature on it. That's an X. Non-interesting. That's how you sign things.
Like, this is like the Social Network movie as a plot line because this isn't real. Like, this can't be real.
When HR gets fucked.
Normally, I don't necessarily stand for HR, but in this case,
I mean, technically, we still don't, because HR was fucked over by HR.
Mm-hmm. HR canceled itself out.
Yeah, it was her. It was her manager who was like, "Yeah, dog, no, you will not step over my head to talk to the president of diversity and inclusion. Who the fuck you think you are? You run things by me, okay?"
Mm-hmm. That right?
I feel like I'm giving this HR director too much spice.
But I'm also, I mean, I feel like you should, considering that the reason that they said that, like, apparently, according to the article, the reason that they cited for not saying this is, look at how long this person has been with the company. We're not about to, like, piss this person off. Are you sure that they need to be taking diversity training? Yes, they should.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you asked me to look into this.
You asked me to look into this. This is what we found. I am having a time, and maybe you can help me here, understanding what the problem is.
No, 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 no.
Word of this article.
Oh, who? Oh my God!
What
it was the wrong
happened?
Courtney Benjamin.
Wait, what happened?
I looked up to see who Courtney Benjamin was. Google image searches surface a number of melanin deficient folks, none of which are the actual Courtney P. Benjamin. None of these women are Courtney P. Benjamin, or at least the one I was looking for, because she's definitely black. And just in case you were wondering who Courtney P. Benjamin was, this is the head of diversity, equity, and inclusion at Bungie. Oh no, please don't tell me that Andrea Pereira is a person who could possibly be in trouble, as she is the HR leader. Look, Google is free and it is really fucking powerful, you guys. I'm going to tell you something.
Something.
That's what I'm saying. Google is free 99, and yet it is accessible. Go ahead and use that. Go ahead and utilize. Go ahead and utilize.
Okay, why would you mention the lawyer for Bungie in this article? They done found a big person. All right.
So what do we got going on here?
Nintendo's Wii U and 3DS online services will shut down in April.
Yeah, end of an era.
But Street Pass will still be a thing.
Now that I don't understand, but okay. Priorities.
So yeah, if you were hoping to play things online, your last month to do it will be April 2024.
Yep. Can't do those Super Mario Maker levels.
I'm guessing this is the online services article. I remember seeing you have this bit of this conversation on Mastodon, and I agree about just the way that these companies are just so hell bent on if we shut down these experiences, you cannot have them. It's kind of y'all don't just want to y'all are making no effort to preserve any of this stuff, and it's just but why?
Yeah, and I realized too that was a misspoken comment, because the stores were already shut down.
Yeah.
I mistook this story for them shutting down the stores, but this is, hey, you can't play online multiplayer.
Yeah, which I mean, to keep it a bit in the buck with you, like that's what happens when, after a while games get old, get to a point where games are old and the servers get cut off. But it used to be like, this game is like 10 years old, we cannot keep the servers open. Or this game is 15 years old with multiplayer and we can't keep the server, and we can't physically keep the servers open for like Call of Duty 2, or Battlefield 1940 or whatever, or Battlefield 2. So it makes sense for at some point games just kind of like go the way of the dodo, and their online servers kind of go. So I felt like at most they would probably cut the servers off first, and then say like, all right, we're gonna close, and then leave the shop open to like make money. That's what I thought. But then they decided, oh no, we're gonna close the shop first, in the most Nintendo-y of fashion. We're gonna close the shop first, drive up scarcity, and then be, and then are like, we're gonna close the shop first, and then we're gonna like down the line make the games that you love to play harder to play. So yeah, it's just gross. It's gross.
Like it's one of those things. Like it's one of those, not necessarily the end of the world type of situations, but it is sad.
Yeah,
it is sad.
Especially because, I feel like this is like not a bit of tea or shade here, but I feel like this is mostly a thing that impacts people who play Pokemon, because Pokemon literally has a mechanic where some of your Pokemon do not evolve unless you trade them to other people. That is a thing.
Yeah. That's what they were like, very much in the form of like Home, of being like Pokemon Home, especially with like the 3DS ones, where we're like, we need you. You trying to save your Pokemon? Go ahead and put them joints on Home. Go ahead and back them up through Pokemon Home, which is
so that was their solution. They're saying that Pokemon Bank will still be up, but hey, just use Pokemon Home. They are still saying too that players will still be able to download patches and re-download games purchased from the eShop for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
So this isn't the worst news.
At the very least, you have until April, so hopefully they'll have like ways to go, hey, if you have these games that require you to be online or connected to people to do things, here's what we're doing to work with it or work around it or what have you.
Yeah.
And we have a while. Because it's October now, so that gives us like, 6 or 7 months?
Just about, yeah. And like I said, it's not the worst news. Like, what will make this terrible is if, like, given our current hellscape of digital or just games in general with DRM, if you take off an online service, like, I think people are worried about that with the PlayStation, with the PS3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you haven't done something to make sure it's like up to date and whatever. Because actually, no, they did come up with a patch for it because some people were complaining about it. But if nobody complained about it, they would have shut off the servers to the PS3.
Mm-hmm.
And all the games that required you to check in that you bought digitally, couldn't check in. And after a certain date, like I think when the certificate expired, you couldn't play those games anymore.
Yeah.
So like, at least that's not happening here.
Yes.
But if it was, like, this could be a worse conversation we'd be having.
Yeah.
That's fair. And we can take those W's where we have them.
Mm-hmm.
So hooray for Nintendo, still not understanding the internet, but in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Still sad to see the service go.
Yeah.
And I think through multiple replies I got yesterday about it, there are some open source. There are people who are like working on solutions to kind of bypass this, that way people can still play online with their Wii U's and their 3DS's. So definitely there are solutions. There are plenty of solutions. And then there was a response that you and I got sent from a conversation today.
Yeah.
That, like, where did that come from? But okay.
Like, all right.
What? Okay. Which reply was that?
E pluribus unum.
Okay, you know, you're out here quoting pennies, I guess.
Yeah, I looked at that and I said, what the fuck did Sid get me into? Then I looked at it, oh no, this ain't Sid's fault.
No, it isn't.
We
it
went.
Not.
This person went to a place because y'all were having a normal conversation, and then that post came through. I'm like,
I'm just like, how did we end up here? Yo, like, some people just go to they just like go to a place and they insist on bringing me over there, and I'm just like, I don't know these people. I will not be attending. Thank you.
yeah, imagine my feeling. I wasn't even talking to y'all, and here I was. Streaming news.
Welcome to the streaming segment, everyone.
Who fancies a new microphone? Because if you do, SteelSeries has one for you. They have the Alias and Alias Pro microphones. Looks like it comes even with a little mixer with the Pro version and software that you can, do your little mixing and stuff with. Almost like the Elgato Key, or not the Elgato Wave. Microphones.
Real talk, I seen this microphone during an episode of This Week in Video Games by Skill Up. So like, that was a good look at. That's a good looking mic. I'm glad that it's about time, but I'm glad that more headphone makers are making peripherals for like basically making mics for the streaming for the streamers and content creators. So that's dope.
I will say I do like to see companies that specialize in making electronics for certain, like making peripherals and things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's get into it. The $179.99 Alias connects over USB and offers gain control at the front, alongside a mute button and an assortment of LEDs that can provide level monitoring. There's RGB lighting too, because every gamer needs customizable colors on their microphone.
It's true. That's a factual statement.
Yes.
For $329.99, the Alias Pro is a significant step up, removing the onboard controls in favor of a dedicated XLR stream mixer, a control station that sits on your desk. It takes the XLR microphone connection from the Alias Pro and adds a preamp, plus 48-volt phantom power, and 2 USB ports. One is enough for a single PC setup, but the second can be used by streamers with a dual PC setup to connect to both streaming PC and gaming PC. And you can see the back of it here with the XLR connector, 2 USBs. So you can send them to 2 places. So yeah, SteelSeries is trying to enter into the content creation game with 2 new microphones.
We shall see how it goes.
I do like the small setup of it though. It's like, I would actually buy their XLR mic because it's like a small little thing I can just sit. I don't have to worry about a secondary mixer. I can just have like the one little thing plugged the XLR into and do whatever. And then if I want another XLR microphone, I can just replace the SteelSeries one with whatever else. I wonder if they sell it separately. What's going on, Infamous? How you doing? How you living? How are you feeling? Yeah, I wonder if they sell that stream mixer separately. It doesn't say. Oh, they also have a boom arm that is $99.99 if you are so inclined. In updates today, this week, iOS 17.0.3 is available for people. It does patch a security breach for everybody that is actively being exploited. So please update your phones right now without delay. If you have not done it yet, I posted about this yesterday. If you have not done it already, do it now. That being said, if you are using an iPhone 15 Pro and your phone is too hot to handle, too hot to hold, maybe also apply this update as well, because it will cool your phone. And from anecdotally, I have heard that it does not impact performance. So should do that.
Absolutely find the clip button. You'll find it on the bottom of the screen and to the left.
Okay. And for those Android fans in your life, of course, I excluded it, but hey, the Pixel 8 Pro has been announced along with the new Pixel Watch 2 and new Pixel Buds Pro. But the star of the show is, of course, Android 14. It is now available in GA, general availability. So if you have not already, and you would like to get some of that taste of new Android, you should download it. Go ahead. Right? It's available right now. And it's easier to install Android 14 on phones than it is to install iOS. Well, no, not really. No, because at least when iOS is released, it's released. Sometimes Pixel, with Android, you gotta like update. Is my update available? Is my update available? Is my update available? Of course, features with this one, they updated the Material U design language. They have AI generated wallpapers, if that's a thing you're into. Some more menu changes. According to Takal, who was not here this evening, or at least I have not seen him today or tonight, he says there's really nothing new and special about this version. So, I mean, he's also kind of sad because there will no longer be monthly Google Pixel updates.
Why are they moving to a quarterly model now?
They are moving to whenever it's ready model, which
okay.
we could have seen that on the wall when updates kept slipping. So yeah, this will be available for the Pixel 4a 5G. Oh shit. Kev, you don't get the update.
Yep, I'm cooked.
Pour one out for the homie. But yes, this is available
this one's for you, Kev.
So sad. But yes, this is for the Pixel 4a 5G, Pixel 5, Pixel 5a, Pixel 6, 6 Pro, 6a, 7, 7 Pro, 7a, Pixel Tablet, and Pixel Fold. And of course, if you
just read the whole Dewey Decimal System.
I mean, sure. I didn't read that Pixel 4a though.
In the arms of the angel.
I imagine, like, yes, for other devices, Android 14 will be available. So hey, if you have Samsung, give it some time. Samsung will probably have it out. And for those who pre-ordered the Pixel 8 or the 8 Pro, it'll probably come shipped on your device. So awesome. Also, Android 14 is now AOSP. So if you are into that flashing scene, which I don't know, could be news for Kev yet. If he wants to go down that route, he could flash a custom ROM that should have Android 14. But even those are hit or miss. And I don't even know if they have custom ROMs for the Tensor chips yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Keep an eye out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's a show. That's a show.
Mm-hmm.
That's a show.
Indeed.
That's a show.
Indeed.
Something will pull up something. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm checking something because again we're trying something new.
Yes.
Oh no, it's outros.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I do want to say, hey, deals. Normally we'd have a free play Fridays, and like honestly, it's at a point where just like the epic free games of the week, they're there. You can find them. Xbox Wire. You can go open up the Epic Games store and see what free games are there.
Yeah.
It became exhausting. Also, I was just tired. I did not want to try to come up with something pithy to mention the free play days. But just so you know, just for clarity,
yes,
it is available from 12:01 a.m. Pacific time Thursday to 11:59 p.m. Pacific time Sunday.
Yes.
Just for those who needed to know.
Mm-hmm.
So, how's everybody doing? What's everybody getting into?
Surprise of surprises. Because of the wild nature of how content creation and streaming works, I befriended a streamer who is on a trip doing stand-up comedy, and they happen to be in Raleigh this weekend.
Ooh, awesome.
I found out incidentally when they posted about it, and it was like, the fuck do you mean that you're here? Hello?
Awesome.
And they're just like, wait, do you live here? And it was like, I am 8 miles away from the venue you were mentioning, and you decided to be here opening on the only night this week that I actually have things that I have to do. And they're just, so it's like, I will be here for the rest of the weekend though. So I might leave my house and go somewhere other than my mailbox, probably looking like a cyberpunk character, but that's beside the point.
Gasp.
Hey.
So yeah, that's good news. That, and also, and because I'm trying not to dox myself, we're doing these. Right, so for those of you who do not know, I am a fan of sending people postcards and handwritten letters. So I have a stack of them that I'm mailing tomorrow.
Ooh.
I picked up that habit from my grandmother. Bless her soul.
Verge says, give them the gift of Bojangles.
Give them the gift of Bojangles? You said Bojangles and not Waffle House?
I mean, both of them are equally Southern, but...
I mean, I would prefer Bojangles.
I mean, it's more, like, Bojangles is more portable, too.
Yeah.
Now,
Waffle House, I have to sit and eat, but I guess if you were meeting them, you could meet them at a Waffle House.
I will be. So, like, the fun story about that is I had some years ago, I had a friend visit from Canada, and it was late, so there wasn't a lot open in the area of Atlanta that they were in. So it was kind of like, why don't we just go to, and we went to the Waffle House because it was quick, it was easy, and also it was open because it never closes. And we got treated to a front row seat of the most hilarious drama that there was, of someone being like, I was not satisfied with my service, I will not be paid for my food, only for one of these people, person serving them to go, well, you sure did eat all of the food for someone who didn't like it, so what's up? And they got into a whole argument about the police came over here and everything, and I'm just sitting across from my friend who's come to visit me, like, right, so can I have like a tea and some water? And they're just like, are you going to? And I'm like, first rule, mind your business. Enjoy the free entertainment, mind your business.
That part.
You want breakfast at a Sugar High? Bojangles. Breakfast at a Black Eye? Waffles. And just so you know, I stand both of those places.
I do. It's it's hard not to. You just make it. Those are just good choices. I sure did. Also, what's up, SJ?
Drink water and mind your business. Mind your business. Water and mind your business. I listen to that song every single day, 3 times a day, because of my mother. That's how she does her aerobics for the morning.
So for the next 7 days, when listening to that song, what else are you getting into?
Next week is Steam Next Fest. That's the 9th through the 16th, so Monday to Monday.
Ooh.
I'm going to be playing copious amounts of basically copious amounts of demos. I have found some really amazing games that are my lifelong best games, from like Timberborn to Against the Storm to one that I just played Monday night, Bilkin's Folly, which I love because it reminds me so much of those Sierra LucasArts type games. Like, oh, so good. So good. It's so good. Drayton is best dog. He's a good boy, and you can pet him. So game of the year. So yeah, I've found some really awesome and amazing games that I've loved, and that also fit a bit of my personality. And I'm looking to play some more games now. So yeah, October for me is like super full between the Steam Next Fest, a few bangers that are coming out next fest, and literally City Skylines 2. I'm going to be building so many city blocks. So I need y'all to be prepared for that. So Station Station just released this week. So which I also played, and I also had a great time with. So there's so many really good indie games. So I'll probably be doing I'll probably get that together, do some coverage for the YouTube channel, and then I'll probably do a honorable mention maybe like on Friday or something, where I just cobble the ones that I just couldn't get around to and play it. That's how I also played Venba. And I loved Venba. Venba was also a Steam Next Fest trailer. I mean, so many good games. And I think I might also write a little something about it, maybe if I find a little time. So yeah, things and whatnot. So yeah, good games. Play a copious amount of indie games, and truly fill up my wish list. And that's pretty much it.
So for me, I will probably sneakily play Starfield. Yes. Because who knows when that strike is going to happen, and I ain't going to get caught.
Yeah.
You'll catch me slipping. Get
it in while you're able. Yeah.
I need to make sure CD Projekt Red isn't on any of those lists. Because hey, if it's not, then I'll just buy Phantom Liberty and just play Cyberpunk.
That's awesome.
Or fuck, EA is on the list. Wait, who published Baldur's Gate 3?
No, it's Larian.
Self-published. Okay, so it's not EA. Okay, it's not EA. Why? I don't know why I think it was EA.
What? Nah.
Okay, well, great. Maybe I'll buy Baldur's Gate 3. Try that. Look, we got RPGs to try, baby. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
This is me now.
Yeah, I pretty much said Baldur's Gate is next year.
Better finish that story this weekend. So yeah, I started another constellation quest this week. I held out for as long as I could, but I wrapped up a lot of storylines, and now I'm on the constellation quest. So
I ain't touching another constellation quest until I finish that Freestar Ranger.
So the major plays you missed last week, we found out I've been playing that game for 5 days.
Oof.
I've been playing that game.
I know you've been playing that game significantly more than I have.
Yeah, I found out I've been playing it significantly more than Verge.
Yeah.
So Bethesda got me on this one.
It's like the only thing that's really like being like a like not so much a stumbling block but a speed bump in that game is legit all of the fun cozy games that I love so much, and then also the fact that a lot of games that I love are also starting to get 1.0 or really fat updates, because a lot of them in early access, and they're getting like, hey, this game can literally change I mean, I literally played Traveler's Rest, and it's like it's so much a different game, but it's so much a better game for it. So I end up finding myself being like, hold on, I want to get back to the snapping arms again. Let me do the snapping arms again.
All I can say is singular focus, no job. That was it for me.
See, I don't have singular focus. I am a caregiver and trying to be someone's boo love. And
I mean, those exist too, but I'm talking about in the realm of video games.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I acknowledge my family exists and I do things for them. But when it comes to videos, I will see the others. Yes, those are interesting, but Starfield.
Yeah.
Starfield is right here. We will play Starfield.
I'm going to keep my point here brief, but once again, I just want y'all to know, because we just did an article today about the possibility of the video games industry striking. There's enough goodness out here for everyone. And if you have not seen it, I do not know what is wrong with you. Y'all are eating so well. You have your whole backlog plus all these like baller ass games that are currently happening. Get into it.
Forza is coming out next week.
Yeah, Forza's coming out next week. Like I say, like Sea Skylines is coming out, pretty soon. Ishin is also coming out.
Or it's coming to Game Pass.
It's coming to Game Pass. So I'm like, oh Christ.
Yeah. But yeah, on top of again, Starfield, and more Starfield, obviously for me. Yeah, I don't know how much games I can play because episode 100 is coming.
Yeah.
Now, while that itself does not really require much work,
no,
there is something else attached to it. Something I've been wanting to do for years.
Yes.
Something I'm excited about that I have been building for the past few months. Having conversations with folks. And I'm like, fuck it, we're going to do it. Now was the time because there's nothing else here distracting me. I have no job. I have responsibilities, but something is being announced. Something big is being announced during Triple T 100 next Thursday. So a lot of stuff that's happening for me, honestly, the reason why I have not been streaming outside of this show is because I've been working and resting. Trying to make sure things are paid, make sure things are built, and make sure that at least I find some sleep somewhere. So I've been playing Starfield kind of just in the margins. Finally, the fabled 6-hour episode. No, that's not happening. It's not happening. If you say you don't have games to play, but just say that you're only here for
Call of Duty and Go.
Oh, I see that now. So yeah, please bear with me. I know I've not been streaming, not really been creating much content, but things are happening. I hope that you will enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed working on it and will enjoy working on it in perpetuity. That's all I can say before I end up spoiling the surprise. I'm just so fucking excited. I cannot wait. But yeah, episode 100 is next week. We are playing Mario Party. We also need to make sure Anka has Mario Party because we definitely didn't decide that and didn't check with Anka and say, hey, Anka, do you have this?
Okay.
If not,
we're having an early Thursdays.
What do you mean?
Because Mario Party next week.
Earlier third. Okay, I'm here. Got you.
Yeah, like we're here to ruin friendships, apparently.
If we have not bonded through the fire and the forge over 100 episodes, then what are we doing? I'm sorry, this track just hit. It sounds so good. But anywho, thank you all for tuning into episode number 99 of Tech Talk Thursdays. This is the last double-digit episode. It's no going back now. Just letting y'all gentlemen know. Well, this is the last state. This is the last exit. It's the last exit before the toll road. This is the last stop. Hope you're ready. We're going into the hundreds, baby. We going into the hundreds.
The hundreds.
Kev, Sin, it's been a pleasure. We got to rest up.
It has been a good time.
We got work to do. Yes. Thank you everyone for tuning in to another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for October 5th, 2023. Of course, you all could have been anywhere in the world, watching any stream in the world. You could have been reading the tech, gaming, streaming, nugs yourself, but you said no thank you. We have a plethora of games to play. We ain't got time to read the articles because we know gamers don't read shit. So we'll let you read it to us. And for that, I say thank you. And we look forward to doing this forever and ever and ever and ever. But until then, all I've got left to say to you wonderful people is I love you. Peace. How?
Wakanda forever.